Important days. International Day of Zero Tolerance for FGM. 6 फरवरी The theme of 2023 is partnership with men and boys to transform social and gender norms to end female genital mutilation. World Cancer Day 2023. 4th February Close the Care Gap has been the theme for World Cancer Day for the past 3 years, 2022, 2023 and 2024. World Wetlands Day 2023. World Wetlands Day is observed across the world on 2nd February. The theme of World Wetlands 2023 is It's Time for Wetlands Restoration. Wetlands Day marks the signing of a convention called the Ramsar Convention. The Convention on Wetlands was adopted on 2nd February 1971 in Ramsar, a city in Iran. The total number of Ramsar sites in the country has increased to 75. Whereas before 2014 it was only 26. Ramsar Convention is an intergovernmental environment treaty established in 1975 by UNESCO. World Interfaith Harmony Week observed on February के 1 से 7. Committee. Indian American Pramila Jayapal named ranking member of U.S. Immigration. Indian American U.S. Representative Pramila Jayapal has been named ranking member of the House Judiciary Committee's Subcommittee on Immigration Integrity in January 2023. She was also the founding co-chair of the We Belong Together campaign. Jayapal is the first immigrant in recorded committee history to serve as either ranking member or chair of this subcommittee. Indian American Ami Bera appointed to House Intelligence Committee. Indian American Dr. Ami Bera has been appointed as a member of the U.S. House Committee handling intelligence-related matters. He also serves on the House Foreign Affairs Committee and the House Science, Space and Technology Committee. RBI appoints V. Ramchandra as member of Advisory Committee of CIFIL. The Reserve Bank in February 2023 appointed V. Ramchandra, former Chief General Manager of Canara Bank, as a member of the Advisory Committee of Surrey Infrastructure Finance Limited, CIFIL, and Surrey Equipment Finance Limited, CEFL. The RBI had created a 3-member advisory council to support the administrator of CIFIL after replacing the boards of CIFIL and CEFL in October 2021. National Affairs. Bhupender Yadav launched Save Wetlands campaign for wetland conservation. Union Minister for Environment, Forest and Climate Change, Bhupender Yadav on 4th February launched the Save Wetlands campaign in the presence of Chief Minister of Goa, Pramod Sawant. The campaign is based on a whole-of-society approach to wetland conservation. This campaign will provide an opportunity to sensitize people about the value of wetlands, increase the coverage of wetlands, and citizen participation for wetland conservation in the years to come. During the occasion, two publications were also released: India's 75 Amrit Dharohar, India's Ramsar Sites Fact Book, and Managing Climate Risks in Wetlands, a Practitioner's Guide. The fact book provides information on 75 Ramsar sites, including their value, the threats they face, and management arrangements in place. There are a total of 75 wetland sites in India that are included in the Ramsar sites. The theme of this year's Wetland Day is It's Time for Wetlands Restoration. Ministry of Education launched Yuva Sangam portal. Yuva Sangam portal launched at Indira Gandhi Kala Kendra, Delhi by Education Minister Dharmendra Pradhan, chaired by Sports and Information and Broadcasting Minister Anurag Thakur, Law and Justice Minister Kiran Rijiju, Tourism, Culture and North Eastern Affairs Minister G. Kishan Reddy went. The Ministry of Education has launched a pilot project with the Yuva Sangam portal under Ek Bharat Shrestha Bharat. Under the project, 1,000 youth in the age group of 18 to 30 years, 300 from North-East, 700 from other states, will be sent to youth exchange programs in the North-East and other states of the country. Ek Bharat Shrestha Bharat was announced by Prime Minister Narendra Modi in the year 2015 on the occasion of Sardar Vallabh Patel's 140th birth anniversary and was launched by the Finance Minister in the budget for the financial year 2016 to 2017. PMAU scheme extended up to next year. Union Minister of Housing and Urban Affairs Hardeep Singh Puri said the Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana PMAU scheme has been extended up to next year to complete all the houses sanctioned during the last financial year. Around 123 lakh houses were sanctioned under the Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana PMAU during the last financial year, of which 68 lakh houses were completed till last month. The central government has sanctioned ₹2 lakh crore under the scheme, out of which ₹1.36 lakh crore has been released so far. The survey conducted by the states and union territories shows that there is a demand of 112 lakh houses under PMAU in the country. Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana PMAU. It was launched on 25th June 2015 by the Government of India, and it is being implemented by the Union Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs. The scheme aims to provide Pakka houses to all the eligible beneficiaries by 2022. Around 1.12 crore houses are to be constructed under the scheme. 6th Shanghai Cooperation Organization (SCO) Supreme Audit Institutions (SAI) Leaders Meeting. The 6th Shanghai Cooperation Organization (SCO) Supreme Audit Institutions (SAI) Leaders Meeting is being hosted by the Controller and Auditor General (CAG) of India in Lucknow on 6 February. It is being attended by delegations from 8 member countries of the organization as well as audit chiefs from India, Kazakhstan, Tajikistan, Kyrgyzstan and Uzbekistan. Girish Chandra Murmu, Controller and Auditor General of India, will deliberate on the main theme of the meeting, integrating emerging technologies in audit. India currently holds the presidency of the SCO, which rotates annually among the member states. India's 2023 theme is towards a secure SCO. Controller and Auditor General of India, CAG, is the constitutional authority in India. It was established in accordance with Article 148 of the Constitution of India. Appointment: appointed by the President of India by a warrant under his hand and seal. Tenure: a period of 6 years or up to the age of 65 years, whichever is earlier. Yuva Sangam Registration Portal launched. Yuva Sangam Registration Portal was launched in New Delhi on 6 February 2023. Yuva Sangam is an initiative to build close ties between the youth of the North-East region and rest of India under the spirit of Ek Bharat Shrestha Bharat. Under the initiative, over 20,000 youth will travel across the country and gain a unique opportunity of cross-cultural learning. India's Hajj quota for 2023 fixed at 1,75,025. Government Minority Affairs Minister Smriti Irani has informed that the government, under the annual bilateral agreement with Saudi Arabia for Hajj pilgrimage this year, has restored the original Hajj quota, which stands at 1,75,025. Railways set to introduce Bharat Gaurav tourist train to showcase Gujarat. The Railways is set to introduce a Bharat Gaurav Deluxe AC tourist train to showcase Gujarat under the Ek Bharat Shrestha Bharat program. This Garvi Gujarat tour will depart on the 28th of February from Safdarjung station in Delhi. This train tour has been designed on the lines of the Ek Bharat Shrestha Bharat scheme to showcase the heritage of vibrant Gujarat. The Ek Bharat Shrestha Bharat scheme, launched by Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Ekta Divas, 31 October 2015, on the occasion of birth anniversary of Sardar Vallabh Patel, draws inspiration from the life of India's freedom fighter. The scheme was launched to celebrate the cultural vibrancy of India while establishing a strong mechanism to inculcate nationalism and cultural awareness among the citizens of our nation. रेलटेल secures ₹253 crore SBI project for 4G connectivity to ATMs. State Bank of India (SBI) has issued a work order to Railtel Corporation of India Ltd. Railtel, a central public sector enterprise (CPSE) under the Ministry of Railways, to provide 4G LTE long-term evolution connectivity to 15,000 off-site automated teller machines (ATMs) distributed across India. The total estimated cost of the project is ₹253 crore, excluding taxes. LTE long-term evolution. LTE is a fourth-generation 4G wireless standard that offers better network capacity and speed for cell phones and other cellular devices over third-generation 3G technology. UN ECOSOC Partnership Forum 2023. Indian NGO shares initiatives on road safety environment conservation. The 2023 Partnership Forum of an annual session, the United Nations, UN Economic and Social Council, ECOSOC, was held on 31st January 2023, back-to-back with the Council's coordination segment, at the United Nations, UN, headquarters in New York, United States, US. Punjab-based Patiala Foundation, a non-governmental organization, NGO, from India, shared initiatives such as reflective stickers for bicycles, a helmet bank, and a children's challan book for road safety and environmental conservation. Foundation Day of Supreme Court celebrated for the first time in 73 years. For the first time in 73 years, on 4th February 2023, the Foundation Day of the Supreme Court has been celebrated. The Chief Justice of Singapore, Justice Sundaresh Menon, judge of Indian origin, has been invited as the chief guest for the event. The Foundation Day of Supreme Court is being started under the leadership of CJI DY Chandrachud. Republic Day was celebrated on 26 January 1950. Just 2 days after that, on 28 January, the Supreme Court came into existence. The Supreme Court of India was created by merging the Federal Court of India and the Privy Council. ₹477.25 crore approved to 133 incubators under the Startup India Seed Fund Scheme, SISFs. The Startup India Seed Fund Scheme, SISFs, a flagship scheme under Startup India initiative, has been implemented with effect from 1 April 2021. Under the scheme, ₹477.25 crore has been approved to 133 incubators, of which ₹211.63 crore has been disbursed as on 31 December 2022. The flagship schemes under Startup India initiative, namely Fund of Funds for Startups, FFS, Startup India Seed Fund Scheme, SISFs, and Credit Guarantee Scheme for Startups, CGSS, extend support to startups at various stages of their business cycle. The Startup India Seed Fund Scheme, SISFs, has been approved with a corpus of ₹945 crore for the period of 4 years starting from 2021 se 22. Fund of Funds Scheme for Startups, ₹7,980 crore committed to 99 AIFs so far. A total of ₹7,980 crore has been committed to 99 Alternative Investment Funds, AIFs, under the Fund of Funds Scheme, FFS, for startups, as on 31 December 2022, said Minister of State for Commerce and Industry Som Prakash, in a reply to a Parliament question. The FFS scheme does not directly invest in startups, instead provides capital to SEBI-registered AIFs, known as daughter funds, who in turn invest money in growing Indian startups through equity and equity-linked instruments. Small Industries Development Bank of India, SIDBI, has been given the mandate of operating this fund through a selection of suitable daughter funds and overseeing the disbursal of committed capital. 600 रुपए crore set aside for Prasar Bharati revamp. The scheme aims to boost public sector broadcasting in the country and focuses on infrastructure development of Prasar Bharati, including All India Radio, AIR, and Doordarshan, DD. Of the 1,100 रुपए crore estimated for the Ministry of Information and Broadcasting, 600 रुपए crore has been set aside for the recently announced Broadcasting Infrastructure and Network Development (BIND) scheme, which has a total outlay of over 2,500 रुपए crore. Recently, Cabinet Committee on Economic Affairs approves Central Sector Broadcasting Infrastructure and Network Development (BIND) scheme with an outlay of Rs 2,539.61 crore up to 2025 से 26. 28 regional Doordarshan channels to become HD program production capable. India's first hydrogen train will come by December 2023 on heritage routes. Union Railway Minister Ashwini Vaishnav has said that the most awaited hydrogen train will be manufactured by 2023. First, it will run on heritage circuits like Kalka-Shimla, and later it will be expanded to other places. The FM has allocated ₹2.41 lakh crore for railways, which will be a big change for the sector, as it will fulfill the aspirations of every passenger. India to be theme country at 2025 Madrid International Book Fair. India will be invited as the focal country at the Madrid International Book Fair in 2025, the ambassador of Spain to the country Jose Maria Ridao announced on 2 February 2023. Spain is the theme country at the 46th International Kolkata Book Fair being held in Kolkata, West Bengal. Started in 1933, Madrid International Book Fair is an annual event held in the Buen Retiro Park in Madrid. India lists Abdul Rahman Makki as unlisted terrorist. India has listed Pakistan-based terrorist Abdul Rahman Makki as an unlisted terrorist. The development came after the United Nations Security Council listed the Lashkar-e-Taiba's deputy chief Abdul Rahman Makki as a global terrorist under its ISIL, Daesh, and Al-Qaeda Sanctions Committee. Abdul Rahman Makki was already listed by India and US as a terrorist under their domestic laws. Union Budget 2023, Mishti Scheme for Mangrove Plantations. Mangrove Initiative for Shoreline Habitats Tangible Incomes Mishti Scheme was announced in Budget on 1 February 1923. The main aim of the scheme is to take up mangrove plantations along the coastline and on salt pan lands. It also aims to preserve mangrove forests. Mishti is to be implemented by converging Campa Fund, MGNREGS, and other sources. Know about Campa Funds. Compensatory Afforestation Fund Management and Planning Authority, Campa Fund is a fund set up to receive compensation that has to be deposited along with the net value of the land under the Campa law. It is deposited by authorities who are diverting forest lands for non-forest purposes. 90% of the fund is given to the states while 10% is retained by the centre. PM to participate in Krishna Guru Eknama Khanda Kirtan for World Peace. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will participate in the Krishna Guru Eknama Khanda Kirtan for World Peace at Barpeta in Assam on 3 February 2023. Paramaguru Krishna Guru Ishwar established the Krishna Guru Sevashram in 1974 at Nasatra village in Barpeta, Assam. He is the 9th descendant of Mahavaishnava Manohar Deva, who was a follower of the great Vaishnavite saint Srimanta Sankardeva. Government approves conversion of 16,133 rupees crore interest dues of Vodafone Idea into equity. The government has approved the conversion of debt-ridden Vodafone Idea's interest dues of over 16,133 rupees crore into equity. With this conversion, the government is expected to become the largest shareholder in the loss-making telecom company with 33.14% stake. Reliance Jio is a leading wireless telecom company with more than 411 million customers across India. Bharti Airtel, 21.5 crore, Vodafone Idea, 12.2 crore, are in second and third place respectively. Indian Millet Research Institute, Hyderabad to be made Global Center of Excellence. With the objective of making India a global hub for Srinath, Indian Millets Research Institute, Hyderabad will be promoted as a center of excellence so that the institute can share best practices, research and technologies at the international level. India's proposal to observe the International Year of Millets, IYM, in the year 2023 was approved by the Food and Agriculture Organization, FAO, in the year 2018, and the United Nations General Assembly have declared the year 2023 as the International Year of Millets. First G20 Employment Working Group meeting commenced at Jodhpur in Rajasthan. On 2 February, the first G20 Employment Working Group meeting began in Jodhpur, Rajasthan. The meeting will be held from February 2 to 4, where guest nations including Spain, the Netherlands and Singapore will take part. India welcomes Congo into International Solar Alliance. India has welcomed Congo into the International Solar Alliance. According to the Ministry of External Affairs, the International Solar Alliance Framework Agreement was signed by Raymond Sergey Bell, Ambassador of the Republic of Congo, in the presence of Joint Secretary, Economic Diplomacy. International Solar Alliance is a treaty-based intergovernmental organization whose primary function is to promote solar development by reducing the cost of financing and technology. ISA is the nodal agency to implement One Sun, One World, One Grid. It was launched by the Prime Minister of India and the President of France on 30 November 2015 at the Conference of the Parties, COP21, to the UNFCCC in France, Paris, along with 121 solar resource-rich nations. Its key objectives include achieving a global potential of over 1000 GW of solar power generation capacity and mobilizing about $1000 billion to invest in solar energy by 2030. Member 113 countries have signed this framework agreement. 86 out of 106 countries have signed and ratified this framework agreement. Headquarters Gurugram, India. International Affairs. Rice bran promoted as staple food amid food crisis in China. China has started promoting rice bran as a staple food amid the food crisis in the country, as the food crisis remains a significant issue in China from 2020. China's National Rural Industry Development Plan, 2020 to 2025, was formulated by the Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Affairs in 2020 to encourage the full utilization of byproducts such as rice bran and wheat bran. US shoots down suspected Chinese spy balloon over East Coast. A US warplane has shot down a Chinese high-altitude balloon over the Atlantic Ocean after it had crossed the entire US and caused a diplomatic rift between the two countries. The balloon, which China said is for meteorological purposes, but the US insists has been spying, could be seen on television collapsing and falling from the sky. Former President of Pakistan Pervez Musharraf passed away. Former Pakistan President Pervez Musharraf passed away. He was 79 years old. Musharraf was suffering from amyloidosis disease for a long time and was being treated in a hospital in Dubai. Former President of Pakistan and Army Chief Pervez Musharraf was born on 11 August 1943 in Daryaganj area of Delhi. A few days before the partition of India, in 1947, his entire family decided to move to Pakistan. In 1998, Pakistan's Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif made Pervez Musharraf the army chief. But a year later, in the year 1999, General Musharraf overthrew Nawaz Sharif and became the dictator of Pakistan. General Musharraf, 78, who ruled Pakistan from 1999 to 2008, was accused of treason and sentenced to death in 2019 for suspending the constitution. His death sentence was later suspended. US announces additional security assistance of $425 million for Ukraine. The United States announced a new security package plan, including authorization of a presidential drawdown of security assistance valued at up to $425 million, as well as $75 billion in Ukraine Security Assistance Initiative (USAI) funds, according to the statement released by U.S. Defense Department. 300 kids died due to cough syrups made in India, WHO. The World Health Organization, WHO, has claimed that 300 children have died so far since August 2022 across 3 countries due to substandard cough syrups made in India, even as it continues to collect data from local authorities. According to the WHO, the cough syrups manufactured by Noida-based Marian Biotech contained unacceptable amounts of diethylene glycol and/or ethylene glycol as contaminants. The committee, formed by the Indian government under noted pharmacologist Y.K. Gupta, submitted its report to the drug regulator. U.S. reopens embassy in Solomon Islands after 30 years. The United States reopened its embassy in the Solomon Islands on Thursday after a 30-year, part of a bid to counter China's growing influence in the South Pacific. The United States closed its embassy in the capital Honiara in 1993 after the end of the Cold War. The Solomon Islands, a nation of hundreds of islands, is located in the Pacific Ocean. Australia announced decision to remove British monarchy from its banknotes. Australia announced it will erase the British monarch from its banknotes, replacing the late Queen Elizabeth II's image on its $5 note with a design honoring indigenous culture. The central bank's decision to leave her successor Charles III off the $5 note means no Britain-based monarch will remain on Australia's paper currency. Quad Cyber Group meeting to strengthen cyber security cooperation. A meeting of the Quad Senior Cyber Group was held in New Delhi to strengthen cyber security cooperation on January 30 से 31. Quad or Quadrilateral Security Dialogue is a group of 4 countries: US, Japan, Australia, and India. The concept of Quad was given by former Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe in 2007 for maritime cooperation between these countries after the Indian Ocean tsunami disaster in 2004. The 2022 Quad Summit meeting was held in Japan and next will be held in Australia in 2023. Bilateral. India provided 50 buses to Sri Lanka under the Economic Assistance Scheme. India has supplied 50 buses to Sri Lanka on the occasion of the 75th anniversary of independence. Commercial vehicle manufacturer Ashok Leyland has bagged a contract for the supply of 500 buses from the Sri Lanka Transport Board. India and European Union formed 3 working groups under Trade and Technology Council. India and the European Union have formed 3 working groups under the Trade and Technology Council, TTC. The TTC was launched by European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen and Prime Minister Narendra Modi during their visit to India in April last year. Sri Lanka identifies sites linked to Ramayana to promote tourism from India. Sri Lanka has identified sites linked to Ramayana which will be used to promote tourism targeting India. An official from Sri Lanka Tourism Promotion Jeevna Fernando told agencies that 50 sites linked to Ramayana have been identified to promote tourism on the island from India. He added that the island nation is diverse and has many locations which could attract pilgrims from India and also from other Buddhist countries. The biggest ever National Security Advisor (NSA) level meeting ICT took place for the first time between India and the US. For the first time, the biggest ever National Security Advisor (NSA) level meeting between India and the US, the Initiative for Critical and Emerging Technology (ICT), is being held in Washington. It is being organized by the India Business Council (USIB). India's National Security Advisor Ajit Doval is meeting with his counterpart Jake Sullivan at the White House. Reliance announces partnership with Sri Lanka's Maliban. Reliance Consumer Products Limited, the FMCG firm and a wholly-owned subsidiary of Reliance Retail Ventures Limited, announced a strategic partnership with Sri Lanka-headquartered Maliban Biscuit Manufactories Limited. Maliban, a biscuit manufacturer, has been well known for the last 70 years for its range of quality products including biscuits, crackers, cookies, and wafers. According to the partnership, the company has expanded its products' reach to global markets and exports to over 35 countries across 5 continents. More. Foxconn, Vedanta plan tech tie-up with STM for semiconductor manufacturing unit in India. Foxconn and Vedanta are close to inducting European chipmaker STMicroelectronics as the technology partner in their proposed semiconductor chip manufacturing unit in India. Foxconn will be the lead partner in the joint venture, JV. The Vedanta Foxconn Consortium is one of the 5 applicants seeking government incentives under a $10 billion package announced in December 2021 to promote domestic semiconductor manufacturing. IIT Patna signs MoU with Drone Destination to open Bihar's Ek Cent UAV Training Center. Delhi-based Drone Destination Private Limited, DD, one of India's leading unmanned aerial vehicle UAV training and manufacturing groups, has signed a Memorandum of Understanding (MoU) with the Indian Institute of Technology (IIT) Patna, Bihar, to open Bihar's Ek Cent Directorate General of Civil Aviation (DGCA) authorized drone training center. DD is the drone training partner of Indira Gandhi National Flying Academy (IGRUA) under the Ministry of Civil Aviation (MOCA), and has several centers across India. Meta announced list of 100 startups, innovators for XR Startup Program. The Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology, and Meta Platforms, Inc., formerly named Facebook, have announced the list of 100 startups and innovators for the Extended Reality XR Startup Program in New Delhi, Delhi. The program includes an accelerator and a grand challenge, aiming towards boosting the emerging tech ecosystem in India. The program will discover, nurture, and accelerate XR technology startups and innovators across India. Adani Group acquires Israel's Haifa port. Adani Group has acquired Haifa port for $8.2 billion in the presence of Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. Under this deal, Adani Group will set up an artificial intelligence lab in Tel Aviv. Cooperation Ministry signs MoU to enable primary agricultural credit societies. A Memorandum of Understanding (MoU) was signed on February 2 to enable primary agricultural credit societies (PACs) and provide services by Common Service Centers (CSC). The MoU was signed between the Ministry of Cooperation, Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology (NABARD) and CSC E-Governance Services India Limited in New Delhi. Primary agricultural cooperative societies (PACs) are grassroots-level cooperative credit institutions that provide short-term and medium-term agricultural loans to farmers for various agricultural and agricultural activities. It works at the Gram Panchayat and village level. MoU signed to develop waste-to-wealth plants in million-plus cities. The Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs, MoHUA, and Engineers India Limited, EIL, have signed MoU for construction of waste-to-energy and biomethanation projects in million-plus cities for green growth of India. The ministry has decided to set up solid waste processing facilities on a large scale in million-plus cities. India has 59 million-plus cities, and to manage the organic wet fraction of municipal solid waste, biomethanation plants have been proposed in these cities. In February 2022, Prime Minister Narendra Modi inaugurated Asia's largest municipal solid waste-based cow dung plant in Indore, aimed at generating 19,000 kilograms of bio-CNG gas. Biomethanation plants linked to the Swachh Bharat Mission Urban 2.0, Govardhan and Satat schemes will produce bio-CNG as a renewable energy. State News. Gujarat government signs deal with OECD to hold PISA test for government school students. The Gujarat government 4 February signed an agreement with the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development, OECD, to conduct the Program for International Student Assessment, PISA, test for students of government schools. Gujarat is the first state in the country to sign such an agreement. About Program for International Student Assessment, PISA. It is an international assessment that measures the maths and science literacy of 15-year-old students every 3 years. It was first organized in Doha. It is an international assessment that measures the maths and science literacy of 15-year-old students every 3 years. It was first organized in 2000. This worldwide study is conducted by the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development, OECD, in member and non-member nations. Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath inaugurated the first VFS Global Joint Visa Application Center in Lucknow. Chief Minister of Uttar Pradesh Shri Yogi Adityanath launched a new global gateway to the state with the inauguration of the first VFS Global Joint Visa Application Center, JVAC, and VFS Global Academy in Lucknow. VFS Global is the world's largest outsourcing and technology services specialist for governments and diplomatic missions. Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi laid the foundation stone of South India's first industrial corridor project, Tumkuru Industrial Township. The Prime Minister, Shri Narendra Modi laid the foundation stone of South India's first industrial corridor project in Tumkuru, Karnataka, which is spread over 8,500 acres of land under the Chennai-Bangalore Industrial Corridor. The Chennai-Bangalore, CBIC, project involves the development of industrial townships at 3 nodes, Krishnapatnam, Andhra Pradesh, Tumkuru, Karnataka, and Ponneri, Tamil Nadu. Punjab Cabinet approves new industrial and electric vehicle policies. The new Industrial and Business Development Policy, IBDP 2022 and Punjab Electric Vehicle Policy, PEVP 2022 have been approved by the Punjab Cabinet, which is presided over by Chief Minister, CM, Bhagwant Mann. Goa CM Pramod Sawant launches helitourism service in Panaji. Dr. Pramod Sawant, Chief Minister of Goa, launched a helitourism service, the first premium helicopter service, under the Public-Private Partnership PPP model from the Daudgela Helipad, Old Goa, in Panaji, Goa. Helitourism service. The helitourism service offers 10-minute joy rides to tourists for 8,000 rupees per person, charter flights, airport transfer rides, and customized tours for tourists wanting to travel to nearby places such as Hampi, Kolhapur, and Shirdi. UP government announces subsidy on solar-powered food processing units. The Uttar Pradesh government has announced to provide up to 50% subsidy on setting up solar-powered food processing units. The government will give a 50% subsidy to investors for setting up solar power plants of up to 75 kVA. The government has also brought the UP Food Processing Industry Policy 23, providing many concessions and subsidies to entrepreneurs in different segments. Telangana announces India's first new mobility-focused cluster. The Telangana Government on 6 February 2023 unveiled Telangana Mobility Valley, India's first new mobility-focused cluster to accelerate the growth of sustainability mobility in the country. It aims to attract investments of around 50,000 rupees crore and generate more than 4 lakh jobs in the next 5 years. The government has also set up the Kalam Center for Automotive Excellence to upskill youth in e-mobility. Nagaland government signed MoU with Patanjali Foods for palm oil cultivation. Nagaland government has signed a memorandum of understanding MoU with Patanjali Foods Limited for development and area expansion under palm oil cultivation and processing for Zone 2, Mokokchung, Longling, and more districts of Nagaland under the National Mission on Edible Oils Oil Palm, NMEOP. CM Prem Singh Tamang launched Meroruk Mero Santati. Prem Singh Tamang, Chief Minister, CM, of Sikkim, launched the initiative, named Meroruk Mero Santati, Plant a Tree, Leave a Legacy, under which 100 trees will be planted for every child born in Sikkim. The initiative is aimed at strengthening the connection between parents, children, and nature by planting trees to commemorate childbirth. Union Home Minister Amit Shah laid the foundation stone of 5th liquid nano-urea fertilizer plant at Deoghar. Jharkhand Union Home and Cooperation Minister Amit Shah laid the foundation stone of the IFFCO nano-urea liquid fertilizer plant in Deoghar district, Jharkhand with cost of 450 rupees crore. This is the 5th fertilizer unit of IFFCO. The plant will produce 6 crore nano-urea bottles annually. 36th Inter-University North Zone Youth Festival Antarnad held at University of Jammu. Lieutenant Governor Manoj Sinha inaugurated the 36th Inter-University North Zone Youth Festival Antarnad on 31st January 2023 at Joravar Singh Auditorium, University of Jammu, and Union Information and Broadcasting and Youth Affairs and Sports Minister Anurag Thakur attended the closing ceremony on 4th February as the chief guest. Assam police arrests 1,800 people in massive crackdown on child marriage. The Assam police have arrested over 1,800 people so far in a massive crackdown on child marriage. Those having married girls below 14 years of age will be booked under the Protection of Children from Sexual Offences (POCSO) Act, and cases under the Prohibition of Child Marriage Act 2006 will be registered against those who have married girls in the 14 to 18 years age group. Assam government is firm in its resolve to end the menace of child marriage in the state. Deoghar Mart, online marketplace for Jharkhand local artisans. Deoghar Mart is an e-commerce website selling local arts and crafts. It was launched by Mr. Manjunath Bhanjantri. He is basically from a bamboo artisan community. His village has more than 34 different artisan families. Manjunath has taken his community skills to the reach of the people through Deoghar Mart. Maharashtra tops list of states buying EVs through FAME scheme. Maharashtra tops the list in sales of electric vehicles across all segments which have availed of the FAME to subsidy, followed by Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, Gujarat and Rajasthan. Under the FAME to scheme, the government earmarked 10,000 rupees crore as a subsidy to electric vehicles. The scheme has been extended till March in 2024. Faster adoption and manufacturing of hybrid and electric vehicles, FAME scheme Phase I2. The faster adoption and manufacturing of electric vehicles, FAME scheme was launched in April 2015 under the National Electric Mobility Mission to encourage electric and hybrid vehicle purchase by providing financial support. Its first phase ran for 4 years until 2019. The second phase, FAME 2, is a 3-year subsidy program. UP government to partner with Denmark for ethanol production. To promote ethanol production in an eco-friendly manner, The Uttar Pradesh government has been holding talks with Denmark to aid the state in adopting new technology for ethanol production. E-methanol is produced through the hydrogen gas in the carbon dioxide produced by the fermentation process. Denmark is setting up the first project based on this patented technology. Ahmedabad to host Rakshak Ek Sham Gujarat Police ke naam. Ahmedabad will host a program dedicated to Gujarat Police titled Rakshak Ek Sham Gujarat Police ke naam on 25th February 2023. It is the first of its kind event being organized to recognize the dedication of the Gujarat Police Force. Telangana, first KG to PG campus inaugurated under Manavuru Nabadi initiative. In Telangana, the first KG to PG campus has been inaugurated under Manavuru Nabadi initiative at Gambhiropet Mandal of Rajan Nasir Killa district. Manavuru Nabadi means, our Villager School initiative will be implemented in 3 years with a budget outlay of over 7,200 crore rupees to benefit 19.84 lakh children of over 26 lakh schools. Maharashtra NCC wins PM's banner at Republic Day Camp 2023. The National Cadet Corps, NCC, contingent from Maharashtra won the Prime Minister's banner at the Republic Day Camp 2023. The NCC Maharashtra Directorate has won the RDC banner competition 19 times overall and consecutively for 2 years now. The State NCC Directorate also won the awards for Best Directorate in the Air Wing competition and the Best Squadron in Flying. Manish Sisodia, DY-CM of Delhi, launched DCPCR's WhatsApp chatbot Balmitra. On 1 February 2023, Manish Sisodia, Deputy Chief Minister, DY-CM, of the Government of Delhi, launched the WhatsApp chatbot Balmitra developed by the Delhi Commission for Protection of Child Rights, DCPCR, to enable two-way communication between people and the Commission, Child Rights Panel, and eliminating the information gap. Balmitra can be accessed by sending a WhatsApp message to DCPCR helpline 99315511393. MP government has changed the name of Bhopal's Islam Nagar village to Jagdishpur with immediate effect. Madhya Pradesh government announced that Islam Nagar village located in Bhopal district has been renamed as Jagdishpur. Islam Nagar village is located at a distance of about 12 kilometers from Bhopal and is famous for forts. The iconic Mughal gardens at the Rashtrapati Bhavan was renamed Amritudyan recently. Earlier, the Madhya Pradesh government had renamed Hishangabad as Narmadapuram and Nasrullaganj as Bhairunda. Government of Goa launches a health program for school children. Government of Goa has launched the Vision for All School A Health program in partnership with One Citisila Laxotica Foundation and Prasad Netralaya. The program is an extension of the current Vision for All Goa A Health program. The Vision for All Goa A Health program commenced in February 2021 and its monthly camps have screened 50,000 citizens as well as provided free spectacles to 16,000 people in need. Place in news. Asia's largest helicopter manufacturing unit inaugurated. The helicopter manufacturing unit of Hindustan Aeronautics Limited, HAL, in Tumkuru, Karnataka has been dedicated to the nation by Prime Minister Narendra Modi. It is the largest helicopter manufacturing facility in Asia. Prime Minister Narendra Modi had laid the foundation stone of this manufacturing unit in the year 2016 with an aim to promote the vision of Atmanirbhar Bharat. Initially, the light utility helicopter, LUH, will be produced in this helicopter factory. Asia's first floating festival started in Mandsaur, Madhya Pradesh. Usha Thakur, Minister for Tourism, Culture and Religious Trust and Endowment, Government of Madhya Pradesh, inaugurated the first edition of the 5-day Gandisagar Floating Festival on 1st February in Mandsaur, Madhya Pradesh. This festival is also going to be the first floating festival of Asia. This festival started on the banks of Gandhi Sagar Dam in Mandsaur district. Yayatso Lake declared as the first biodiversity heritage site of Ladakh. The Yayatso Lake, situated at an altitude of 4,820 meters, has been declared as the first biodiversity heritage site of Ladakh under the Biodiversity Act by the Panchayat Biodiversity Management Committee of Chumanthan village in collaboration with the Secure Himalaya project. It is one of the highest breeding grounds of black-necked crane in India. Other lakes of Ladakh are Somoriri Lake, Sokar Lake, Pangondso Lake and Kyagartso Lake. Secure Himalaya Project. It is a scheme of the Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change, Government of India, which was launched in the year 2017 in collaboration with the United Nations Development Programme, UNDP. This is a 6-year project and will be functional till the year 2023. Banking finance. NIA launched Pay-As-You-Drive vehicle insurance policy. New India Assurance, NIA, has launched a Pay-As-You-Drive paid policy, which offers a comprehensive motor insurance policy that charges a premium based on the usage of the vehicle. The policy has two components: third-party cover and own damage cover. The policy comes with various benefits. For instance, the customer can save money through discounts on renewal premiums, provided the vehicle runs within the specified kilometers. Hindujas intends to raise their stake in IndusInd Bank to 26%. IndusInd International Holdings Limited, IIHL, a subsidiary of the Hinduja Group, has received preliminary approval from the Reserve Bank of India, RBI, to increase its ownership in IndusInd Bank Ltd. IndusInd Bank to 26%. As a result, the Hinduja Group will contribute more than 10,000 rupees crore to IndusInd Bank. About IndusInd Bank Ltd. MD CEO Sumant Katpalia established 1994 headquarters Mumbai, Maharashtra. US emerges as India's top destination for goods exports during April to December 2022. The US has emerged as India's top destination for merchandise exports during April to December this fiscal at $59.7 billion. US was followed by UAE, $23.31 billion, Netherlands, $14.1 billion, China, $11 billion, Singapore and Bangladesh, about $9 billion each. PAN card to be common identifier for all digital systems of specified government agencies. Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman said permanent account number, PAN, will be used as a common identifier for all digital systems of specified government agencies. The move would help in further promoting ease of doing business in the country. PAN is a 10-digit alphanumeric number allotted by the Income Tax Department to a person, firm or entity. HDFC Bank partners with NEET for building pipeline of high-quality virtual relationship management professionals. HDFC Bank, one of the leading private sector banks of India, has partnered with NEET Limited, a global talent development corporation, to build a large pool of skilled virtual relationship management professionals for the banking industry. The program is designed to build in-demand and advanced sales skills among the learners, which will enable them to acquire new customers for multiple services. IMF approves $4.7 billion Bangladesh support package. The International Monetary Fund, IMF, on 31st January 2023 approved a total of $4.7 billion loan for Bangladesh. It includes $3.3 billion under the Extended Credit Facility, ECF, and Extended Fund Facility, EFF, and $8.4 billion under the Resilience and Sustainability Facility, RSF, for Bangladesh. Bangladesh is the first country in Asia to receive financing under the RSF. Indore Municipal Corporation launches secured redeemable NCDs of ₹244 crore. Indore Municipal Corporation has launched secured redeemable non-convertible debentures (NCDs) of face value of ₹1000 each, aggregating up to ₹122 crore. The issue contains an option to retain oversubscription up to ₹122 crores, making the total issue size to ₹244 crores. Kotak Mahindra Bank implements RBI's first phase of Digital Rupee. Kotak Mahindra Bank Limited, KMBL, has announced the implementation of the first phase of the Central Bank Digital Currency, CBDC, referred to as the Digital Rupee, ERS. The Digital Rupee, ERS. Is a legal tender equivalent to bank notes and coins but issued in a digital form by the Reserve Bank of India, RBI. The RBI has shortlisted KMBL as one of 8 banks to implement a pilot project for the issuance of e-currencies. Background: after introducing and testing wholesale CBDC, ERSW, in November 2022, the RBI launched a pilot for the Digital Rupee in the retail segment, ERSR, with 4 banks in 4 cities on 1 December 2022. It was initially limited to 4 cities, including Mumbai, New Delhi, Bangalore, Karnataka, and Bhubaneswar, Odisha, but was subsequently extended to 9 more cities. The RBI has shortlisted 8 banks to participate in the retail pilot project in phases. The first phase featured 4 banks: the State Bank of India, SBI, ICICI Bank, Yes Bank, and IDFC First Bank. The other 4 banks chosen for subsequent participation in the retail pilot were Bank of Baroda, BOB, Union Bank of India, UBI, HDFC Bank, and Kotak Mahindra Bank Limited, KMBL. Reliance Retail becomes first retailer to begin accepting Digital Rupee for sales. Reliance Retail has become the first organized retail chain in India to accept the RBI-created and blockchain-based CBDC, ERS. Payments at its gourmet food store, Freshpik. All Reliance retail outlets in India will gradually accept Digital Rupee payments. The CBDC is a digital version of fiat money that will coexist with actual cash. World Economic Outlook 2023 released by IMF. The International Monetary Fund, IMF, has released its World Economic Outlook, WEO, report, which has updated its global growth forecast for the year 2023. Global growth, which was estimated at 3.4% in 2022, is now projected to accelerate to 3.1% in 2024, after declining to 2.9% in 2023. In the years 2023 and 2024, India will be the fastest growing economy in the world. Growth in India will decline from 6.8% in 2022 to 6.1% in 2023, rising to 6.8% in 2024 with resilient domestic demand despite external challenges. Genesis Power bagged orders worth over Rs 2,850 crore. Genesis Power Infrastructures Limited and its 100% subsidiary company Hyprint Metering Solutions Private Limited have received the letter of award, LOA, of ₹2,855.96 crore for the appointment of Advanced Metering Infrastructure Service Provider, AMISP. It includes the design of the AMI system with supply, installation, and commissioning of 29.49 lakh smart prepaid meters, DT metering, HT feeder metering level energy accounting, and FMS of these 29.49 lakh smart meters. Awards recognitions: Dr. Peggy Mohan wins Matrubhumi Book of the Year Award. Author Dr. Peggy Mohan has won the Matrubhumi Book of the Year Award during the 4th edition of Matrubhumi International Festival of Letters, MBIFL 2023. He has been given this award for his book Wanderers, Kings and Merchants, which portrays the development of language as a result of migration. Grammy Awards 2023. The most prestigious 65th Grammy Awards in the music world have been organized on 5th February 2023 in Los Angeles. The 65th Grammy Awards were hosted by Trevor Noah. India's music composer Ricky Cage along with rock legend Stuart Copeland has won the Grammy Award for Best Immersive Audio Album for the album Divine Tides. Cage has become the only Indian to win 3 Grammy Awards. Ricky Cage won this award for the first time in the year 2015 for Wines of Samsara. At the 64th Grammy Awards 2022, he won his second Grammy Award in the category Best New Age Album. Beyoncé became the most Grammy-winning celebrity. American pop star Beyoncé won 2 Grammys at the 65th Grammy Awards. Beyoncé has become the only celebrity in the world to win the most Grammy Awards, 32, in her career. At the same time, the record of winning the most Grammy Awards in a single night is in the name of late king of pop Michael Jackson. Manappuram Finance CEO VP Nandakumar honored with Hurun India Award. VP Nandakumar, Managing Director and CEO of Manappuram Finance Limited, has won Hurun India's award for his remarkable achievements in the world of business. Former PM Manmohan Singh conferred Lifetime Achievement Honour in UK. Former Prime Minister of India Dr. Manmohan Singh was conferred a Lifetime Achievement Honour by the India-UK Achievers Honours in London for his contribution to economic and political life. The award will be handed over to Dr. Singh in New Delhi by the National Indian Students and Alumni Union, NISAU, UK. Appointments Resignations Apsara A. Iyer, a second-year student at Harvard Law School, has been elected as the president of the prestigious Harvard Law Review. Monty Desai Former Indian cricketer Monty Desai appointed coach of Nepal cricket team Tulika Rani. The Higher Education Department has appointed squadron leader Tulika Rani as the brand ambassador of G20. Squadron leader Tulika Rani, being a former Air Force officer, is the first woman to successfully scale Mount Everest from Uttar Pradesh. She is also the first Indian woman to hoist the tricolour on Mount Damwant, the highest volcano in Asia. Shamika Ravi Economics Professor and researcher Shamika Ravi has been appointed as a member of the Economic Advisory Council to the Prime Minister, ECPIN. K.V. Tirumalesh, noted Kannada writer K.V. Tirumalesh passed away in Hyderabad in February 2023. Arun Kohli, Morgan Stanley has appointed Arun Kohli as the new India head in February 2023. K. Viswanath, legendary film director K. Vishwanath passed away in Hyderabad on 2 February 2023. Prashant Agrawal has been appointed as the next ambassador of India to the Lao People's Democratic Republic. Manuela Roca Bote Equatorial Guinea has appointed Manuela Roca Bote as Prime Minister. She became the first woman in the country to reach this position. Sports. Australia's Aaron Finch announces retirement from international cricket. Australia's T20 World Cup winning captain Aaron Finch has announced his retirement from the T20 internationals. This brings an end to his international cricket career for Australia spanning 12 years. Indian athlete Deepa Karmakar banned for 21 months after failing dope test. Indian gymnast Deepa Karmakar has been banned for 21 months by the ITA, International Testing Agency, for failing a dope test. An Indian gymnast has been banned from the sport for consuming the banned substance hygenamine. Aditi Ashok wins 4th lead title, wins by 9 shots. Aditi Ashok clinched the Ladies European Tour title with a 9-shot win at the Magical Kenya Ladies Open on 5 February 1923. It was her 4th win on the Ladies European Tour for Aditi. Aditi is an Indian professional golfer from Bangalore. ITBP won the title of National Ice Hockey Championship 2023. Indo-Tibetan Border Police, ITBP, has won the National Ice Hockey Championship 2023 title. The 12th edition of the competition has been organized in Ladakh, Leh. The championship was organized by the Ice Hockey Association of India, IHAI. The ITBP team won the title for the third consecutive time by defeating Ladakh Scouts in the final with a score of 1-0. Saudi Arabia to host football's 2027 Asian Cup. The Asian Football Confederation, AFC, announced that the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, KSA, won the hosting of the 2027 Asian Nations Cup for the first time in its history since its inception in 1956. This came during the work of the 33rd RD Congress of the Asian Football Confederation, AFC, February 8, in the Bahraini capital, Manama. Saudi Arabia was the only bid presented at the Congress in Manama after India's withdrawal in December 2022. It is noteworthy that Qatar will host the next edition of the Asian Football Cup from June 26 to July 16, 2023. Indian player Prajnesh wins ITF Mains tournament held in Kuwait. Indian tennis player Prajnesh Gunneswaran won the ITF Kuwait Mains Open Tennis Tournament held in Kuwait. Prajnesh beat Khumoyun Sultanov of Uzbekistan 6-2, 7-6, 5 in the final of the $25,000 ITF Mains Tennis Tournament held at the Sheikh Jaber Al Abdullah Al Zubair Al Sabah International Tennis Complex at 360 Mall. France's World Cup winning defender Raphaël Varane retires from international football. French footballer Raphaël Xavier Varane, 29 years old, has announced his retirement from international football to focus on his career with Manchester United. He was a part of the France national football team, nicknamed Les Blues, that won the Fédération Internationale de Football Association, FIFA, World Cup in 2018 and was a runner-up in 2022. India rises to No. 13 in International Boxing Association, IBA, World Boxing Rankings. India have jumped to third spot in the International Boxing Association's, IBA, latest world rankings. Kazakhstan, 48,100, is the top-ranked nation followed by Uzbekistan, 37,600. IBA headquarters, Lausanne, Switzerland. Indian wrestler Aman Sehrawat wins bronze medal at Zagreb Open 2023. Under-23 world champion Aman Sehrawat of India won a bronze medal in the men's 57 kg at the Zagreb Open 2023 ranking series in Croatia on 1 February 2023. He defeated USA's Zane Rai Rhodes Richards 10-4 to win India's first medal at wrestling competition in 2023. Sai Sanjay wins Indian National Car Racing Championship 2023. Sai Sanjay won the national champion in the MRF Formula 2000 class in the MMSC FMSCI Indian National Car Racing Championship in February 2023. He made his motorsports debut in 2015 and became the Rotax Senior Max UA Vice Champion in 2018. MP wins all 4 gold medals in water sports at Khelo India Youth Games. Madhya Pradesh has won all 4 gold medals in the water sports. Canoeing and kayaking at Khelo India Youth Games, KIG, 2022, held in Bhopal. Nitin Verma bagged the first medal for the state with a gold medal in water sports, which was included in the KIG for the first time. Madhya Pradesh Devender Singh and Neeraj Verma won the gold medal in canoeing Sea 1000 meters event. Sports Minister Anurag Thakur launches Khelo India Winter Games. Mascot, theme song. In Jammu and Kashmir, the Youth Affairs and Sports Minister Anurag Singh Thakur along with the Lieutenant Governor of Jammu and Kashmir, Manoj Sinha on 4th February launched the mascot, theme song and jersey for the 3rd edition of Khelo India Winter Games at Raj Bhavan, Jammu. The 3rd edition of Khelo India Winter Games is scheduled to be held from February 10 to 14 and is supported by the Ministry of Youth Affairs and Sports. There will be 9 sporting events in the Winter Games. The first edition of the Khelo India Winter Games took place in 2020 and hosts Jammu and Kashmir have topped both the editions of the games so far. Indian men's hockey team chief coach Graham Reid resigns. Indian men's hockey team head coach Graham Reid resigned from his post following the host nation's exit from the recently concluded World Cup. The 58-year-old Australian coach submitted his resignation to Hockey India President Dilip Tirki a day after the World Cup concluded. In Bhubaneswar, where Germany emerged as champions after beating Belgium in a penalty shootout. Science Technology. Reliance introduces India's first hydrogen internal combustion engine, H2ICE, truck. India's first hydrogen internal combustion engine, H2ICE, truck was unveiled by Prime Minister Narendra Modi during the India Energy Week in Bangalore. The ICE in the H2ICE stands for Internal Combustion Engine. It is developed by Reliance Industries, RIL, in association with Ashok Leyland. The truck uses hydrogen instead of conventional diesel fuel or liquefied natural gas, LNG, reducing carbon emissions. NISAR, NASA-ISRO joint satellite to launch. The truck uses hydrogen instead of conventional diesel fuel or liquefied natural gas, LNG, reducing carbon emissions to almost zero. NISAR, NASA-ISRO joint satellite to launch in 2024. According to the Indian Space Research Organisation, ISRO, the NASA-ISRO Synthetic Aperture Radar, NISAR, will be launched from Indian soil in the first quarter of 2024, and science operations will commence 90 days after it reaches the intended orbit. NISAR is a low Earth orbit, LEO, observatory being developed jointly by National Aeronautics and Space Administration, NASA, United States, US, and ISRO, India. Coal India arm MCL introduces drone technology in coal mines. Mahanadi Coalfields Ltd, MCL, a premier central public sector enterprise, CPSE, under the Ministry of Coal, has introduced drone technology in coal mines by launching Vihangam, a web-based portal that includes a drone and ground control system. Google introduces AI chatbot Bard to compete with Chat. Google has unveiled an AI service called Bard as it races to catch up with the popular chatbot ChatGPT. ChatGPT is AI service of the Microsoft-backed firm OpenAI. Bard is powered by Lambda, language model for dialogue applications, a large language model that was developed and released by Google in 2021. Indian Railways launches WhatsApp food delivery facility Zoop. The Indian Railways has started WhatsApp communication Zoop for railway passengers to order food through e-catering services to make e-catering services more customer-centric. Passengers will be able to order food online through WhatsApp while undertaking a journey by using their PNR number. IIT Madras collaborates with ISRO to develop astronaut training module. Indian Space Research Organisation, ISRO, has signed MoU with IIT Madras to build training modules for Indian spaceflight program using augmented reality, AR, virtual reality, VR, and mixed reality, MR, technologies. The modules will be used to train engineers at ISRO's Human Space Flight Center to establish a laboratory based on extended reality, XR, technologies. Broadband definition of minimum download speed raised to 2 Mbps. The government has revised the definition of broadband connectivity. The CENT has specified a higher minimum download speed of 2 Mbps, megabits per second. Earlier, the definition notified by the Telecom Department in July 2013 had benchmarked it to 512 kbps, kilobits per second, as minimum download speed. As of 30th November 2022, India had about 825.4 million broadband subscribers, of which 793.5 million were wireless broadband users, and rest wireline. India's top 5 service providers are Reliance Jionphocom Ltd, 430.18 million, Bharti Airtel, 230.56 million, Vodafone Idea, 123.48 million, BSNL, 25.85 million, and Atria Convergence, 2.14 million. Google invests $300 million in artificial intelligence startup Anthropic. Google has invested around $300 million in Anthropic, an artificial intelligence startup whose technology is set to rival OpenAI, the company behind ChatGPT. According to the deal, Anthropic has agreed to purchase some of Google's services to support its technology. The terms of the deal, through which Google will take a stake of about 10%, requires Anthropic to use the money to buy computing resources from the search company's cloud computing division. SpaceX awarded shared NASA contract worth up to $100 million. Space Exploration Technology Scope is part of a payload contract NASA has awarded for as much as $100 million over a decade. Elon Musk's rocket launch and satellite operator will share the contract for unspecified commercial payload processing services with Astrotech Space Operations LLC, a unit of Lockheed Martin Corp., the government space agency announced in a statement. The uncrewed missions will be launched out of Cape Canaveral, Florida, or Vandenberg Space Force Base in California, and the contract could run for as many as 10 years through February of 2033. NASA and IBM partners to build AI foundation models to advance climate science. IBM has partnered with NASA to gain new findings on Earth's climate through the power of AI technology. The two organizations will use AI tech developed by IBM together with the large amounts of Earth observation and geospatial data that NASA has available to share. SpaceX launches 53 Starlinks on the 200th Falcon 9 rocket flight. SpaceX launched a batch of 53 Internet satellites Starlink to orbit on its Falcon 9 rocket from Kennedy Space Center in Florida, United States of America, USA. This marks the 200th flight of SpaceX Falcon 9. Jupiter became the king of moons, 12 new moons found around the largest planet of the solar system. 12 new moons have been discovered by the Minor Planet Center, MPC, around Jupiter, the largest planet in the solar system. In this way, this planet has become the planet with most satellites in our solar system. Currently, it has 92 satellites. MPC's orbital calculations confirm that the new objects are in orbit around Jupiter. New discoveries put Jupiter's moon family well ahead of Saturn's 83 confirmed moons. Microsoft promoting India's local languages in the digital world through Project Ellora. Project Ellora has been started by Microsoft, whose aim is to promote the use of local languages of India such as small languages like Gondi, Mundari in the digital world. Its full name is Ellora, enabling low-resource languages. Microsoft Research, MSR, currently selected Gondi with about 3 million speakers in Madhya Pradesh, Maharashtra, Chhattisgarh, Andhra Pradesh and Telangana, and Mundari spoken in Jharkhand, Odisha and West Bengal, as well as Idumishmi of Arunachal Pradesh. Azad Engineering is India's first supplier of parts for nuclear turbines. Ek Azad Engineering Private Limited, a Hyderabad-based market leader in engineering, has been approved as the first Indian company to supply critical rotating parts for nuclear turbines. The company has delivered its first set of critical parts. These will be assembled on nuclear turbines manufactured in Belfort, France. Azad Engineering has signed a long-term supply agreement with General Electric (GE) Steam Power for the supply of nuclear turbine parts. US-based GASI initiates teen projects in India in AI, drones, semiconductors. General Atomics Aeronautical Systems, Incorporated (GASI), a major energy and defense corporation based in the United States, US, has begun 10 significant projects in India in the fields of artificial intelligence, AI, drones, and semiconductors following the establishment of a landmark India's Initiative on Critical and Emerging Technology, ICET. IIT Madras to get 242 rupees crore grant for research on lab-grown diamonds. The Indian Institute of Technology Madras will be provided a grant of 242 rupees crore over a period of 5 years to carry out research on lab-grown diamonds, LGD. It will encourage indigenous production of LGD seeds, machines and reduce import dependence. Presenting the Union Budget 2023 to 1924, Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman said that laboratory-grown diamonds, LGD, is a technology and innovation-driven emerging sector with high employment potential. Defense Operation Sadbhavna launched by the Indian Army in Ladakh. Operation Sadbhavna is being carried out by the Indian Army in Ladakh. Under this, the Indian Army undertakes several welfare activities like running of Army Sadbhavna schools, 07, for children living in remote areas of Ladakh, infrastructure development projects, and Shikshayatra, etc. Under this campaign, the aim is to improve the level of education and provide quality education to them. More than 2,200 In addition, a total of 8 rupees 82 More than 2,200 students are currently studying in these schools. In addition, a total of 8 rupees 82 crore has been allocated for Operation Sadbhavna for the Union Territory of Ladakh during the current financial year 2022-23. A total of 23 projects have been allocated for health and sanitation in the Ladakh region in the financial year 2022 to 1923 from the Operation Sadbhavna Fund. Apart from this, an initiative Kargil Ignited Minds has been launched exclusively for the girl students of Kargil to prepare them for various competitive examinations for admission to Sainik colleges and various businesses institutes in India. Indian Coast Guard celebrates 47th Raising Day in Gujarat. The Indian Coast Guard, ICG, is celebrating its 47th Raising Day on 1 February 2023. From a modest beginning with just 7 surface platforms, in 1978, the ICG today has 158 ships and 78 aircraft and is likely to achieve the targeted force levels of 200 surface platforms and 80 aircraft by 2025. Indian Coast Guard founded 1st February 1977, Headquarters, New Delhi. Indian Army carries out military exercise Trishakri Prahar in North Bengal. A joint training exercise Trishakri Prahar was conducted in North Bengal from 21 January to 31 January 2023. The aim of the exercise was to practice battle preparedness of the security forces using the latest weapons and equipment in a networked, integrated environment involving all arms and services of the Army, the Indian Air Force and CFOs. Rank PM Modi emerges as Rank PM Modi emerges as world's most popular leader, with approval rating of 78%. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has been rated as the world's most popular leader with an approval rating of 78%, according to a survey by use-based consulting firm Morning Consult. Of the 22 leaders surveyed by the research firm, Prime Minister Narendra Modi topped with 78%. Mexican President Andrés Manuel López Obrador is in second place with a 68% approval rating, and Swiss President Alain Berset is third with a 62% approval rating. US-based Morning Consult's Global Leader Approval Survey is based on data collected from January 26 to 31 this year. UP has the highest number of colleges in the country. ASHE 2020 to 2021 report. The Union Ministry of Education has released the All India Survey on Higher Education, ASHE 2020 to 2021. According to the report, Uttar Pradesh has the highest number of colleges in the country, followed by Maharashtra and Karnataka. There are 8,114 colleges in Uttar Pradesh and 32 colleges per 1 lakh population. Gender Parity Index, GPI. The gross enrollment ratio, GAIR, for the age group 18 to 23 years has increased from 25.6% in 2019 to 2020 to 27.3% in 2020 to 2021. Gender Parity Index, GPI, the ratio of female GAIR to male GAIR, has increased from 1 in 2017 से 18 to 1.05 in 2020 से 21. The female enrollment in Northeast states in 2020 to 2021 is 6.14 lakh, which is higher than the male enrollment of 5.92 lakh. For every 100 male students, there are 104 female students in the Northeast region. List of top management and business colleges in India in IIRF MBA Ranking 2023 released. Indian Institutional Ranking Framework has released the list of IIRF Ranking 2023. IIRF Ranking 2023 has been released for and Indian Institutional Ranking Framework has released the list of IIRF Ranking 2023. IIRF Ranking 2023 has been released for top management and business schools in India. According to the IIRF Rankings 2023, IIM Ahmedabad has been ranked 8th among the top government MBA institutes in India, while XLRI Jamshedpur has been ranked 8th among the top private MBA institutes in India. Top 2 government business schools in India 1. IIM Ahmedabad 2. IIM Bangalore. Top 2 private business schools 1. Xavier Labour Relations Institute, XLRI, Jamshedpur 2. Management Development Institute, MDI, Gurgaon. Miscellaneous. NTPC hosts International Seminar on Carbon Capture Utilization and Storage. NTPC hosts an international seminar on carbon capture utilization and storage, CCUS, at First Energy Transitions Working Group meeting in Bangalore under the aegis of G20 India Presidency on 5th February. In India's presidency of G20's the First Energy Transitions Working Group, ETWG, meeting was held from 5th February to 7 February 2023. CCUS aims to achieve net zero carbon emissions by 2070. Carbon capture, usage and storage, CCUS, is a technology that can capture and effectively utilize high concentrations of carbon dioxide emitted by industrial activities. Visvabharati University to get the status of world's first living heritage university. Visvabharati University is expected to get the status of the world's first living heritage university from UNESCO by April to May 2023. Visvabharati University was established in the year 1921 by Rabindranath Tagore. It is located in Santiniketan, West Bengal researchers have unearthed Soligacarinata, new genus of wasp. Researchers have unearthed a strikingly colorful new genus of wasp from the forests of Biligiri-Rangana Hills in Karnataka and other locations. Discovered by entomologists of Ashoka Trust for Research in Ecology and the Environment, ATRI, the wasp has been named Soligacarinata after the indigenous community that resides in Bia Hills and Male Mahadeshwara Hills in Chamarajnagar. Book and author Palgumi Sainath authored a new book titled The Last Heroes. Indian columnist, journalist, and author Palgumi Sainath, P. Sainath, has authored a new book titled The Last Heroes, Foot Soldiers of Indian Freedom, which broadly deals with the history of India's freedom struggle written from the perspective of common people. The book was published by India Viking, an imprint of Penguin Random House. PVR Cinemas launches India's first multiplex within airport complex in Chennai. PVR Cinemas launched its 5-screen property at PVR Aero Hub in Chennai International Airport, Chennai, Tamil Nadu, TN. This is India's first multiplex housed within an airport complex.